Hello and welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Daria. We have with us Maulik Patel, CMD at Meghmani Finechem joining in. Maulik, welcome to the show and a pleasure to speak to you. Maulik, my first question coming to you is with regards to the first quarter, a strong growth is what we've seen. If you could just help us understand what has led to this kind of a growth.
Uh, uh, Thank you. Good afternoon, Hiral. Thank you all. See, in Make Money Fine Chemical Limited, the whatever the growth which we can see right now in quarter one, it is not only because of the after COVID everything is recovered, but the last 2 years we have done a lot of expansion and all the plants which we have expanded last year, that is commissioned last year, and the results are coming in this year. So this year, not in terms of the revenue, but in terms of the quantity also, we have increased a lot.
Right. And overall, what has been the impact of COVID on business?
See, as such, in the chemical segment, if you're talking overall in terms of agrochemicals and in terms of pharmaceutical or as a raw material supplier to these two major industries, there was no major impact. But the industry like a textile industry, like a paper, there was an impact. And in the second wave, after second wave, we feel that the textile pickup was little slow, compared to the COVID first wave effect. So this slow effect has gradually increased month by month, and I think in the last month we have seen it has reached to original pre-COVID level, in terms of textile growth.
Correct.
So the impacted majorly on the textile in the paper region, and we have seen that it is came back to the normal level again.
Hmm. And overall, if you see in terms of revenue growth, we've more than doubled. Margins have improved by 190 basis points. Are these kind of numbers sustainable going ahead as well?
See, in the chemical projects, when you finalize, when you take a permissions from the government, when you commission, when you execute, it takes a 24 to 30 months a cycle. So the year by year, if you need a growth, you have to well plan yourself. You announce a project, then you plan a paperwork completion, and then you start execution. So last 3 years, when we decided our strategy to move from chloroalkali to value-added derivatives, so we decided that point of time we wanted to move first to chloromethane plant, which is going in the pharma segment. Hydrogen peroxide we have announced because hydrogen and chlorine both is a downstream product of chloroalkali, and which is going to consume in hydrogen peroxide and a chloromethane plant. So that we have decided 2 years back, and we commissioned the plant in FY19 and FY20. So those fruit we are going to enjoy in FY21. So same thing, what we will do it in FY22 and FY23. We already plan our strategy. We will go in a epichlorohydrin, which is first time in India. We are setting up a plant. Chlorinated CPVC, which is also largest plant in India. We are going to commission next financial year. So year by year, we are targeting to grow our company at 35% revenue at the top line. So next 3 years, that is the plan. We have already made it, and it is going on a full speed on the execution. Yeah, because of the COVID second wave, we have a issue of around a couple of months delay, but that we have recovered in last 3 months after second COVID wave. So the all plans and everything is on stream, and we are going to commission by next year.
Right. So overall, if we see the different businesses, segments, caustic soda, you have caustic potash, we've already reached around 87-88% of utilization.
Right.
Chloromethanes has gone beyond almost 108%.
Right.
And hydrogen peroxide, which you introduced, we've already gone to 75%. Now, from these four segments, what's the expansion plan from here on to meet the demand, or do you think this much is enough to meet the demand that we have right now?
See, in terms of demand wise, definitely the India is on the growing path. The way the infrastructure is growing, the way agrochemical and the pharmaceutical segment is growing in India. So this kind of chemicals requirement every year it is going to be in the it is very high. So but as a company, we have a strategy that as we are growing downstream, as we consume chlorine and hydrogen and caustic soda in-house, we will expand our chloroalkali capacity as well. So
Okay.
like epichlorohydrin and the CPVC we are expanding, so which we required a chlorine and hydrogen and the caustic soda. So at the same time we are expanding our capacity of 294,000 KTA to 400,000 KTA.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And with all of this, the ROCE and the ROE have also seen a vast improvement. Now, I understand that the ECU realizations and the sales realizations in a couple of segments have improved. Again, is this sustainable? Is this something where we will settle at between that 22 to 25% bracket?
See, as I explained in the beginning, that our plant, whatever we have commissioned, whatever we have planned expansion last financial year of hydrogen peroxide and the chloroalkali, that results in terms of quantity, we are getting it in this financial year. So definitely compared to last financial year, quarter on quarter, you will see the improvement on the ROCE as well as ROE.
Hmm. Okay. And overall, with regards to where the debt segment goes, we've improved our debt to EBITDA by almost from 3.3 times to 2.2 times. Any further debt reduction plans in the year?
See, as a company, we are growing at 35%. You know,
Hmm.
the plan for next 3 years. You know, last year we closed at 830 CR. In this financial year, we might close at 1200 to 1300 CR. So we are growing at 35% growth. So definitely we require a debt also. But the debt which we are going to do it, the project epichlorohydrin and the CPVC, that is going to be picked at this financial year, which is maximum up to 2.5. It will go. And then in the future, the cash flow of the company is such a way that all the future expansion, what we are planning in agro derivatives in the future and the pharmaceutical derivatives in the future, that will be catered from the internal accruals only.
Okay. And from here on, if we see the breakup between, say, chloralkali as well as derivatives, it's changed. The contribution of chloralkalis has increased versus derivatives have reduced. So, what's the strategy on that front?
See, 3 years before, we were only depend on the chloroalkali segment.
Hmm.
And as we have moved downstream, chloromethane has started, hydrogen peroxide has also commissioned. So in this year, probably we will close at 35 to 65 ratio. 65% revenue will come from the chloroalkali and 35%, approximately 35% will come from the derivative segments.
Hmm.
As epichlorohydrin and the CPVC, both the plant will be commissioned by next financial year. Down the line, our ultimate goal is when we cross 2000 crore, we will be only less than 50% will be depend on the chloroalkali only, and the more than 50% will be on the derivative segments.
Okay. And from here on, in terms of the expansion that we're looking at, will we be raising further funds or will it be from internal accruals?
No, see, whatever the fund required for the epichlorohydrin and the CPVC, we have already planned. And for the now onwards, for the future projects, we have not announced yet, but all the future projects will be catered from the internal accruals only, which is going to generate from the company, from the epichlorohydrin, CPVC, and the existing businesses.
Okay. And from here on, what's going to be the next milestone that we are looking to cross? Any new product, which could be in the pipeline, which could be a heavy revenue contributor for us as well?
See, so far we have, last 3 years strategy, we have already announced in the market. We are talking last 2 years also. And the next year, first we wanted to achieve those two targets as fast as possible, which is going to happen in the Q1 and Q2 next financial year, epichlorohydrin and CPVC. Once we achieve that, we have already planned what we wanted to do next, but we have not announced yet. But our focus will be a key ingredient and the intermediate manufacturing for the agrochemical and the pharmaceutical intermediates. That we are working on it, but we have not announced yet. We will announce once we commission the epichlorohydrin plant.
Okay. And from here on, any inorganic growth opportunities that we are looking at in terms of acquisitions, which would help us a better integration, better costs, and further improve our growth from here on?
We have done so much infrastructure in last 10 years, so we have a huge land of 65 hectares in the PCPR region. So out of that, we have occupied around 65% of the land. So 30% is still remaining. So when we have a huge infrastructure already available, so by doing a minor capex, we can generate a huge value addition in the company. So as our focus is integrated and the on our focus is on the high EBITDA, so we would believe in the integrated complex. And so our next 3 years target, there is no plan of any inorganic growth or any acquisition or something. But after 3 years, once the plant of epichlorohydrin and the CPVC will be commissioned, we might think in that direction. But as of now, there was no plan anything.
Okay.
So first, we wanted to utilize all our infrastructure which we have created in the last 10 years, and we still have a huge land bank. So we would like to explore those first, and then we will think about the inorganic growth.
Right. And very lastly, overall, with regards to the PLI schemes that the government has come out with, any benefits that we see for an industry like ours?
See, as I know, in the second PLI scheme, the company has started, there, most, I think, I don't know, but ballpark figure, I come to know that around more than 600 people has already applied. So that's a huge number. And by this policy government has started, I think it is creating a huge support to the manufacturing industry sector. I think the more and more industry will come. So definitely company like us will get advantage because we are going to be the feedstock supplier for those industries. So it is a huge benefit to overall chemical industries in terms of manufacturing sector.
Right. So I think there's a way is always onwards and upwards from here on. Thank you, Maulik, so much for joining us on the show. Pleasure speaking to you. Great insights. Congratulations once again. Good luck. Stay safe and speak to you soon again.
Thank you, Viral. Thank you. Nice. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.